I haven't been live this entire time. I've just been over here previewing myself, talking to myself all day.
We weren't live?
No, I don't think so.
You're an idiot.
I am an idiot. I thought if I
You
went,
and all your friends.
I thought if I went live over there. That's funny. It was just on the preview. Anyway, I'm an idiot. Yes, I am. My channel. Yeah, I'm live. I thought if I went live over there. So we are building catalogs today. You can see Kathleen over in the background. And she's right. I don't know if you can see right there. God, I'm such an idiot. So this is our life. I had a lot of good jokes for you earlier when I thought I was live. You missed all the entertainment.
Laughing now about your prior entertainment does not entertain any of us.
This is a hair thinner. It's almost got like the mother of pearl look to it. Anyway, I'm doing the hammered copper. You know what's best? I can say everything again and not feel like I'm repeating myself because I was not live earlier when I thought I was. My goodness, what an idiot I am. Anyway, folks, we are building our catalog for this current auction. You missed all the McFarlane toys I added to our catalog. You missed all the...
Okay, so for some reason it's putting it on auction. It won't let me take it off auction.
Can I see it? Did you do it by... Do you sell similar?
I said yes.
Let me see.
And now I tried to revise the listing.
Oh, you can't change. Once you've hit submit, you can't change it. So in the listing, okay, I want to show you how to do this. It's going to say ending the auction early disappoints buyers, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Does it matter? Should I just
starting
leave it up
price-
as an auction?
No, starting price is incorrect. So what that does is it puts it over in your unsold category. Now you can come here and you can sell similar or relist this item, and it should take you back to the process where you can go down here and you can change it to or you put it at 162.70.
I was trying to change it.
What are you trying to change it to?
What you thought? One.
I was just gonna do 150.
So I do 152.70.
150.
You have to hit one twice.
7. Done. And then, do you wanna? We're not gonna turn on easy product. And you wanna accept offers? And you wanna accept all offers or offers above a certain price?
I probably wouldn't accept anything above 100, but I don't mind laughing at people.
Do you want to put 70 above 75?
Doesn't matter. I'll laugh at them.
Okay, we'll put 80. That way you can laugh at them until you get above 100.
I have a good $17 in it right now.
There it's done. Well, it's thinking. There we go. So, Kathleen was just adding an item to her eBay account, and I'm adding copper, hammer copper. These are just from World Market. I think they probably did Walmart. I don't know who else sold these, but originally this set retailed for $14.99, $9.99, and $8.99 retail new. Now, We were hoping maybe, I'd probably figure at auction for the entire set maybe $12 to $14. And make sure I put this in auction. So I have to tell you folks something. I've been sitting here for the last 2 or 3 hours talking to y'all, but
So wasn't it last Monday that
It
I
was
went
preview.
to pick up Izzy and she had her thing? Or was that on Tuesday?
I don't know what her thing is.
Okay.
Which thing? She has things every day.
I'm gonna go pick up Izzy today, and then I'm gonna go home and make dinner.
Okay, what are you making?
Dinner.
Is it a surprise?
I mean, I don't know yet. I may do the ravioli with the cheese and pesto.
Oh, a pesto. I think the bad
I
part.
gave away the other spaghetti sauce.
Okay.
You will never have that again. We will stick to the cheapo Hunt's canned shit that I use.
But I mean, you doctor it up, and it's better than any other.
I just have you fooled.
You can put the butter in it, and that's all.
I don't put butter in it anymore. Ever. I haven't in probably 10 years.
I'm just saying that's what made it really good. Just saying, butter makes everything taste delicious. It's more delicious. So anyway, as I was saying, I was streaming for probably a good hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, the entire time. I'm talking, and I did notice up in the stream window, preview, it just said preview, but I thought that was, you can preview what's going to be put out there. So I didn't realize it was actually the preview waiting for me to hit the button, because I used to just hit the button. I use OBS software to do my live streaming, so I can build out the stream or the screen, and I hit stream on that, but evidently because I use the stream key for this window, my OBS was connected to YouTube, but YouTube was not presenting my grand showing of me
What's
working.
comic book?
Comics is $4.72. So I did go through my eBay sales. We talked yesterday a little bit about what sold up until that point. I had actually sold more stuff overnight. And I can kind of go over that here in a few. 86. I got to keep working, making progress, moving forward with listing at the same time. So I'm going to throw all of her Christmas stuff. Oh, this is like a little... This is going to go maybe together. It's a felt Nativity Set, handmade. I know I didn't want to do any more Christmas, but these are all cute. Here's the little baby Jesus. This is the manger that holds it all in with the angels. Harking, heralding, hark the herald. How's that go? Hark the angels. Da da da.
Hark the herald angels.
Hark
sing.
the herald. It's the herald.
Glory to the newborn King.
The herald angels are singing.
Peace on earth.
Peace on earth and goodwill to all. As Mary and Joseph looked over their child, the baby Jesus, as the wise men come trotting in.
God and sinners reconcile.
God and sinners reconcile. Joyful all ye nations rise.
That's the right song.
Join the triumph in the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ was born in Bethlehem. Tip the man up front, folks. $3.25.
I mean,
Andy,
he's acting like it's just like nothing, but he like sings all the time.
I do.
We have a Christmas clock right now, and every hour it plays a theme song for Rod to use.
She forced me last night. She goes, okay, whatever hour it is, everything you say, you have to sing in
I
the
mean,
tune
it's
of that song.
I was giving you purpose rather than the random singing. You would not stop.
Folk,
Oh.
art, felt.
I understand the whole, okay, it's just fine. I mean, why can't you let a person sing? But when it's like constant and it's like they won't have a conversation with you unless they're singing their part.
Hey, David, how you doing?
I'm just saying.
Are you still hitting those boot sales out over there? Or is the weather turned on you as well? This is David M, the car boot picker. He's from you're from Northern Ireland, right? Handmade, felt.
I feel like you're distracted from me telling your shit story.
She's just talking, you know what?
Shit.
She's talking poop over there. So yes, folks, we are building catalog. It's kind of a quiet day here. Since I never really say when I'm going live, David, I may or may not have anybody in. I will tell you, rookie mistake. I ended up streaming for about 2 hours, realizing that I wasn't streaming at all, and I was only previewing and talking to myself. Yes, for 2 hours I did that.
Folks, wasn't the story 3 hours before? Just
And
saying. It's your fish story.
it was internally embarrassing that nobody else was here to see except for my lovely wife, Kat, who is there in the background. I should put a zoom in on her. She's much more pleasant to look at and much more entertaining.
I'm not.
88. She's just here to offer her moral support and razz me while I
Well, I work my ass off too.
What?
Okay.
You don't have any ass to work off.
Whatever.
What? Ah. I'm not a big one on selling irons either, but you know, this one's in pretty good condition. It's a decent one. It's a white self-cleaning iron. Not very many housewares do that great at our auction.
What's comics?
Oh, this is brand new. $4.72 still, unless you changed it in the last 15 minutes.
Did we?
No, I didn't. This is a brand new one, so this one will do better. I'll make sure to put that. That's going to go in. Would you iron?
I would take the price tag off it though.
Would you iron in bathroom, in bedroom, or? We have small appliances, $3.70. We added that. He's still big. Yeah, car boot sales ended in October. I only sell now at car boot sales, but as sourcing was dead in the water after 3 months. Oh wow. I do most of my sourcing, let me just say, Kat and I do most of our sourcing. Well, I go to auctions every Friday night. That's one of my things. It's what I do in the downtime. And we're still hitting estate sales, garage sales around here, which would be similar to your cart boot, but you're going to individuals' houses. You know how that game is. They pretty much end here as well because of the winter months. It is mild winter here, so I'll still see one periodically, but it's primarily estate sales, and I'm going to auction. I go buy carloads of stuff every Friday, or a truckload full of stuff. Fill up the back of my truck. Get a lot of good deals, but I'm buying in bulk, so I'm buying what other people. I'm not saying it's not prime stuff, but after everybody pretty much picks through the items they want off of the table, I end up buying the entire table, or a lot of multiple items at a lower rate. So right now, you know, we're doing our online auction, building our catalog for this week. This is the last catalog before the holiday. Um, so after that, we're hoping to move locations and maybe take a week off to enjoy my family. It's the three of us during the holidays. And if you haven't been on with when my wife has been on, this is my wife Kathleen right over. I can't see because there's a delay, but she's right over there. You can kind of see her. She is my support system. Actually, she just keeps me in check. She likes to razz me all the time and make sure that I'm on track. And I would definitely not be on track without her help. Her constant
At least you
ass
wouldn't be on
riding.
my track.
I have to say, where's my jacket? My jacket. I changed my name to Matt when I'm working around the shop. I tell everybody I changed my name to Matt because I felt like I was always getting walked on by my boss, i.e., wife. Self-cleaning steam iron never used.
Well, since we live together and work together, the name tag's been kind of exciting.
Easy now. That is a nice iron. Somebody's going to get that for the low price of $2. It's got to go at least to $6. You heard it here, folks. Oh, let me take a picture with the measuring cup because that is an important part of ironing. Is the water cup, the water measurer. Yeah, that's. I'm the guy that I don't do a lot of research before I go to an auction. A lot of stuff. There's certain things I know that's going to do well, and I have a good gut feeling about a lot of things. But
we pretty much buy the table ends.
We bet the numbers. We play the numbers game. So I'll buy what we call the table ends. I don't know if they use that term there, but pretty much it's the stuff that the way this auction works is you bid on a table. Well, they have a table here and a table here, and you bid on that table. Whatever the bid goes to, you go up and you pick an item off that table for that price if you won the bid. Then they go over to the next table while the high bidder is going through that table picking their item, and they do that back and forth. Well, it typically go down to a certain amount. Usually it's around $7-8. And finally they'll just say, if anybody wants anything off this table for $7.50, come up and get it now. Otherwise, you're buying the whole table. And that's when my ears perk up and I am listening, and that's when I'll typically buy the whole table. There are things I'll spend up on, but for the most part, I buy a lot of what I call table ends. And the upside is you really do find some good deals that way. The downside is there is a lot of filtering, sorting, determining what is actually sellable and what you're just going to have to take straight to donation. I'm going to leave Kat here to entertain you while I take this stuff back out to the shelf and get some more items to add to the catalog.
Why don't you say add to the catalog? Or is it add to catalog? I mean, you sound like English isn't your first language.
See, this is what I'm talking about. The loving support of my lovely wife.
I'm just wondering what the choice is. You drop words out of your
She must have
sentence.
missed the word mid-chew as she's chewing her gum over there. Nikon and Olympus cameras done well for me, and I do well for DVD sets. I like to get electronics, and I can test at home or something I can put on eBay as not tested. Yeah, I'll touch on that in just a minute. I have to take these out.
Here, baby.
Why don't you just stack them up and we'll set all the comics together? You don't like to do that?
It's fine. I'm really listening to the radio in my ear that he doesn't know. I do that a lot while I'm listening with him. I really do my best to pay attention, but here he's singing again. I love him, but he drives me crazy.
So, electronics, they're really hard for me to test. Um, I know a lot of people like to do electronics. I know there's a huge margin in it.
Comics are $4.72.
Yep, still $4.72. I'll go as far as plug the things in. I don't hit.
Do you think Shadow Hawk is the thing?
The comic?
Shadow Hawk?
It sounds like it could be. Hey Jennifer, good to see you in again. And taking pictures of how close that. Why is it pre-owned in parts that are needed helps, doesn't it? Yes, I go as far as just plug it in. I don't put any DVDs, but I'm pushing things through auction. If it's going on eBay, yes, I do.
But we give a full money back guarantee.
But I do.
Unless we put it's untested.
It's just like normal. But I do. If it's going on eBay, I do test it throughout. A lot of items. It's for me and this business model. We're pushing a lot of items. Where when I was doing eBay, I was shooting to do. Let's just say I was really wanting to get. I would do good if I was doing 5 listings a day. Our goal here to add to our auction catalog is 75 to 100 a day, just to kind of put it in a comparison with eBay. So I just don't right now at this point. I don't have a ton of time to test a lot of electronics. I just went through earlier when I thought I was streaming, but I wasn't streaming. I had this really cool a portable 8-track player, and I know it's not high end, but I did actually plug in. I put a VHS, an 8-track tape, and the 8-track unfortunately didn't work, but the radio worked fine. A little crackling. Well, it worked acceptably. But I like all that old stuff, so I enjoy playing with that a little bit, and any old radios I completely dig. But
do you need anything from the store?
Not that I can think of.
I've kind of heard a few complaints that our Oreos are down.
I don't know. I wouldn't know anything about our Oreo supply because I don't eat the Oreos anymore. After Kat reminds me how fat I am on a regular basis, I had to lay off the Oreos. One of the things we do keep here at the shop is...
What do you mean how I remind you how fat you are on a regular basis?
Multiple...
Give me a for example.
I'm just playing.
See, he's all big with his words, but he has nothing to back it up because he can't remember shit. It could have happened this morning and he wouldn't remember. Tell us give us one incident, Rob.
If I really thought I could remember soothing moments, that's soothing moments.
Oh, you're so funny. I told him while you were gone how much you drive me crazy. I said, oh, can you hear him? He's singing again.
Was I singing?
I thought I heard you singing.
I don't think I was. But on the flip side of that, about testing electronics, somebody else brought in a Denon receiver. I don't have any components to plug into it, so I have to rely on our consignor that brings that in to test it and assume that they're going to be honest with me when they do.
Because, I'll come back if it's...
Yeah, and the thing is, we pretty much guarantee, just the way we run our business, we pretty much guarantee everything, and we'll get the money back from the consignor if we end up paying out and it gets returned. And we try to run as good and honest a business as we possibly can and run it the way that we would expect to be treated if we went to another establishment. Because oftentimes nowadays you just don't get that service.
And there's other businesses in town that have, you know, don't have good reputations, and you don't want to.
That is completely true.
And we've had some returns, and we don't question it.
We just do it, you know.
Just do it.
That's the only way that keeps them coming back. Especially on our items when we're buying them. We buy bulk, we buy cheap. You guys know the game, buying things pennies on the dollar to offer to at a still a good price to our customers. Processing a return, it's just like on eBay. They come down again, and you just kind of eat that and move on.
It's really rare, and honestly, we probably had more stolen items than returns.
I've had about 4 or 5 returns this year.
I know we've had 4 stolen items.
Yes, we did end up having to get security cameras in the shop. I'm going to work on, you know, I talked about this yesterday. I'm working on, I want to work on maybe incorporating our, oh, bye, David. I have to go here and.
Baby, do you need anything from the store?
I cannot think of anything that I would need from the store.
Okay.
Did you get your ham?
My ham?
You're gonna get ham?
No, I'm going to Costco and Winco. I'm hoping that Izzy doesn't have a ton of homework. But she goes at 5:30, I believe. So if you could come home at 4:45 to be able to eat dinner, we need to leave by 5:05.
Okay, are you taking your comics out?
I am not. I'm going to wait until I have all of them done so I can stack them together.
Okay, I'll leave your. Well, I mean, just kind of so they're all together. I did that with like the action figures that I did earlier.
Cool. I already have one stack. I'll just put them on top of the ones that are out there already.
Okay. I wouldn't like stack them, but should I leave you a little space?
I'd probably not. I might even just put them on the bookshelf.
Okay, sounds great.
The one thing I didn't tell everyone while you were gone is how much of a pain in the ass I am to you. Look at this. Well,
easy, cowgirl.
yeah, I'll stop drinking. You realize that I went to touch that.
I would not recommend touching where I spilled coffee.
But it's like all over still.
We didn't get that on camera. Good thing I
Look.
wasn't streaming. What's that? Oh.
We'll have to do more of those.
There's one coin in there. If it was that authentic, it would be probably about $300 or $400 coin, which leads me to believe that it's probably a fake. But I disclosed that in the listing, just like
right.
I have this little coin here that Bruce sent to his coin group, and they said it's like the old world Roman, and it's probably fake, a reproduction.
Cool.
So we'll add that. So the exciting world of auctioning, and after I went through. Okay, let me tell you what everybody missed when I thought I thought I was live for like 2 hours. And
they didn't miss it.
You didn't. You missed a lot.
They didn't miss a
They
thing.
missed it because I didn't hit the go live button.
Help. Okay, I love you.
Right too. Excuse me. Whoa.
It was supposed to stack.
I ended
up a quarter up your ass.
I ended up narrowly missing
That's it.
my consigner's goods. With a cup of coffee that was not so good. So I spilled coffee everywhere. I don't know. I guess I could do all these. I don't do candles. I don't particularly like candles, but since they are unburned, I'm just gonna. It's gonna take me. I'm just gonna leave them like that. Some stuff I'm just not overly into listing. People will buy unburned candles, but typically they're going to be a little bit better than this. But this consigner is a good consigner, so sometimes you're a little bit more lenient on consigners if they are.
Have fun. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, love you. I don't know. I hate to say I treat people differently, but it really depends on the quality of stuff you typically bring in. I don't know. We are going home decor on this one. So 320 is our category there. And we're going to make it sound fancier than it is. And I'm just going to leave it at miscellaneous. Candles. Unburned, if that's even a word. Let's see, what else did I do? I listed about 30 sports figures, mostly McFarlane toys, sports picks, but also some older starting lineup, headliners, one Star Wars, an awesome little 8-track player. Anyway, now I'm going to try to move on to something a little bit more exciting, to candles. I don't know if I will. I'll find anything out there or not. I do have games. I want to do some games on eBay. I know last night, anybody that was here last night, I was going over the Villeroy and Bosch. Somebody's going to give at least $2 to $4 for that. So because I don't want consigners to get in the habit of bringing a lot of things that are only going to bring $2, because it really isn't worth our time. But it's if I'm only making $1 off of it, and if let's say I would have to average at least 10 items an hour to make $10 an hour, and that means nothing's going to pay the bills. But anyway, where was I going before that? Oh, I was going to go over some of my sales while I have at least a couple people in here. Since we talked last night, let me go to eBay. A couple of things that we talked about the Villeroy and Bosch. I'm probably totally butchering that name, but the dishes, as of last night, I think I had already covered the I think I showed you guys the tray that's going out today. Yep, there's my wife. She missed me already. Hello. I wasn't gonna complain. No, we do. Bye. Anyway, here's that tray. I don't know if I talked about last night. Here's that tray I sold for $35. I actually took an offer on it and went ahead and accepted it. It's just a little breakfast tray in bed with a little magazine stand. And that's going out today. Maybe if I can go live every day, I can, if I do make a sale. I showed you the poodle thing. I did accept $85 for the Villeroy and Bosch salad plates. Show you what those look like. So for 4 of those plates, I did accept 85. Oh, we don't talk to each other. She's just my trophy wife. I just I just keep her around for arm candy. I did put this duck decoy on at auction starting at $30. Yeah, starting at $30, 7-day auction, and I accepted a best offer of 45 on it, and took the sale, and didn't worry about it waiting to go to wait till the auction to go through. Part of the reason for that, I think my honestly, if I let it close out, it probably would have brought around 60. But anywhere between 50 and 60, I'd rather take a for sure 45 than a possible 50 to 60. Then I lowered the price. I had this item. It's a game controller, Hori Wrap for Arcade Pro PS4 controller. I I had it originally listed for I think 125, and I had watchers on it for the longest time. So I finally said, you know what? Last night I want to lower the price. I lowered it down to $74.99, and it sold within 12 hours. So sometimes that's the reasoning for me lowering it down that that far. I just figured with I think it was 4 to 6 watchers I had on it that it was probably my pricing that was causing people to not pull the trigger on it. So there are my few sales for the day. Oh, let's see. I should actually. I've got. It's a lava lamp. Let's see if the lamp works. I've got 4 lava lamps sitting over there. The problem with a lava lamp and taking pictures is now I have to wait for this to heat up so that the lava goes. I'm gonna go and put these back. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go put these out on the shelf and bring a couple. Well, I got some stuff in here. Nothing. The reason the telephone conversation was so quick was she was calling to let me know the reason she did not bring me a monster. I asked her to bring me a monster. She says, "How about a Zip Fizz instead?" Well, she forgot to bring the Zip Fizz, and she goes, "Well," and I didn't bring the Zip Fizz because I was gonna get um, the monster and me a Red Bull, and at the store. Then on the way in, I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and go because we need to get work done. So here I sit with no monster or Red Bull. I don't even know if these lids go with that. It fits pretty good, but it just seems like they're, why have a red? These are just little trinket jars. Nothing really in the way of, there's the tip of his nose, somebody's going to have to cut it up. This is when you get down to consignor stuff, you may end up just grouping some stuff together. So I noticed these placemats here. And it's like one placemat and another placemat. You could use them, I guess, for a centerpiece to put underneath your stuff. I'm just going to throw them in here and create a lot Just throwing the stuff together and building something. There's some towels. They're holiday related. I don't know. Yeah, these are all trick or treat. Anyway, I'm gonna throw these towels in there and call it a lot, because a lot of this stuff won't do. Honestly, it's not going to. I'm not going to get, if I don't think I'm going to get a $2 bid on it, on a per item, or even the group of hand towels. There's not any reason for me to push them through, because it's just a waste of both mine and the consigner's time. So I will group whatever kind of leftover stuff together and push it a lot, and I've got everything piled up. Those are empty jewel cases now. I'm waiting for the lava lamp to heat up. Get some of this stuff out of the way. So that's why you're seeing like a hodgepodge of stuff in this. And for all of you that are a little worried, there's a sign that says, "Santa, please stop here," in case you have to beg. I mean, not all of us can be good like I have this year, but you know, we can still hope that he still makes that stop on his trek around the world. And this is gonna be good. I'm gonna put this in kitchen or holiday decor. Oh, let's put in holiday. 325, I believe. Yes. Not everything that we list to me is exciting, but it still brings in the money. Like I mentioned earlier, I like old stuff, pretty much anything old. I like old radios in particular, fans. I like old clocks, anything that Art Deco, the Bakelite cabinets, mechanism of old wound clocks. All that stuff is stuff that I enjoy. I love oddities. Anytime some of that stuff comes through, I know the things I enjoy, handling. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. Oh, who's this? Hello, this is Rod. Hey. This just seems like a really long time just to find out if I'm going to have an insurance increase because I'm going to run it. Now, how is it set up right now? Is it because is the auction house combined with the ice cream business? We run two businesses. Is the insurance on both of them run? Is it is it same policy on both of them, or is it separate policy on each? Arctic Cat. I'm just trying to educate myself to know what's the. Okay. So what makes this business so unique from um, an, another brick and mortar, because I mean all the stuff that we run through here isn't covered by our insurance policy. It's just covering the building and so how is that different from a retail establishment when you say it's it's hard to find policies that cover our type of business, and that's why it's so you guys don't do much commercial policies with a retail establishment. It just seems like there's quite a few businesses like this out here. I mean, you're talking every door you walk into is similar. The only thing outside of it is the possibility, when I get my FFL and dealing firearms, I could see where that might be a little bit different. But I would think that, I don't know, it just seems odd that it's so hard to find somebody that's going to cover a business that when you drive down the road and every door that you walk into is a business where customers come in and out of. So that's where it gets confusing to me. I don't understand why it's so hard to find somebody that covers businesses when businesses are the backbone of our nation. It's just it's just weird. I mean, it's really the there's actually probably less liability for a business like mine than a typical brick and mortar because I have fewer customers coming in. All the activity is done from the comfort of an individual's home. The products that are in here isn't insured by the insurance holder because it's covered by the homeowner's insurance of our consigners. The and the only the people, I have probably 60 people, or in I have probably right now I probably have 60 invoices, and so that means that's how many people. Probably 10 of those are I'm shipping stuff out. So you're talking 50 people that come in on a weekly basis to pick up goods, compared to thousands that might go into Walmart, or thousands that might go into Shopco down the road, or thousands that go into Black Sheep even further down. I mean, it's or even you as an insurance company, you have customers coming in there, on a daily basis. It just it just really, I'll tell you where the bottom line, the frustration has come in, just to be completely upfront and honest with you. Uh, you said you were going to call me back last week. I didn't get a call back. I had to call back this morning, and she said you stepped out for like 10 or 15 minutes, and here it is hours later, and I finally get a call back from you. That's really where the frustration comes from, and I just don't get a real and I can't even get a straightforward answer. And I apologize if that's blunt and it's a little too blunt, but if you really want to know where it boils down to, maybe they'll give you opportunity for growth as well. I just find it hard when people don't call back when they say they're going to. I just don't even, yeah, I just don't understand it. I mean, I'm trying to get in a new place and I need to know the insurance, how much my insurance is going to go up before I sign that lease agreement. And I'm trying to get this all done by the end of the year. So if you could, I'll just wait for a call back. If I don't get a call back by Friday, I'll give you guys a call back. But please push on this. I mean, to me, I don't understand why it's taken them, 3 or 4 days. I understand the weekend was in there, but even 2 days to get back to you on what I feel from my perspective is fairly straightforward answers. This is what I'm going to do. How much is my insurance going to be? I don't understand why. Okay, if you could just keep on them, if you could just keep on them, that would be great. Uh, Okay, thank you. Bye. Sorry about that. I just want to get insurance quotes. They say it's very difficult to. They have to have special insurance policies to, um, for our type of business. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? I guess um, the major carriers don't cover our type of business, where it's not simple like if you were a contractor or. That's why I was like, what do you mean our type of business? We're essentially a retail brick and mortar. Um, I don't know. I just don't understand it. So basically, they have to find special people to write insurance policies for us, for our type of business. So he has to call somebody over in Montana, and that person is the point of contact for the actual insurance carrier. And um, yeah, I just don't get it. But anyway, it's that's part of running business. All the little things. I mean, I enjoy doing the photographing, the buy. Well, everything from buying to bringing it in house, sorting through it, photographing, putting it out on the floor. Love dealing with the customers, but the whole business side of it, when you just can't get a straight answer. I've been waiting for. I called them last Friday, and one of my biggest things is if you say you're going to call back, call back. I don't care if you don't have an answer or if you're doing work for me and I've I've had problems with contractors all ever since we moved into this house and wanting to have work done. Typically, I would do a lot of that stuff myself, but running a business, it pulls you a lot thinner. So trying to find somebody to rake up and pick up leaves. Um, and then they don't show up. I bought a household full of furniture that I have sitting in various locations until I get this new location. This is what it's all contingent on. We're trying to get this new place, and I don't want to go in blindside. I want to understand how much my insurance is going to go up before I move in, so I'm prepared. But there's a huge shop on that property that I want to move a lot of the stuff over to, so that I can. Is that going yet? It is not. So that I can. Anyway, I need to empty our box truck that's full of furniture. I have a storage unit full of furniture. I need to start moving that product, and it's all contingent on getting this place. The other thing is, um, I need to empty my base. Well, the reason I have the truck, Kathleen has an event at the end of the year. She does a Christmas party where she takes the ice cream truck, and she'll typically do cotton candy and stuff as well. Um, so I need the truck empty for that. I have a basement full of stuff I'm trying to get moved out, whether we're putting it on the auction, eBay, or donate. So I need my truck for that as well. It's just a lot of the little pieces that you have to take care of and deal with. It's the not so fun part of business. But we'll get there. The kid, I mean, he's just a kid that's working there, and he's probably fairly new. I hate to write him about it, but it's if somebody else isn't getting on to him for not calling customers back, maybe the customers should. Right now, I have these. They're vintage, embroidered. I use vintage a lot, and one of my one of my customers once said, "Man, the auction house down the road, man, they use vintage on everything." I'm like, "Well," I said, "it's just part of the business. If that's what you're running," I said, "the definition of vintage in most circles is um, pre 2000." And they're like, "Really?" I go, "Well, yeah, that's. I mean, if you think about it, and people my age, you look back and you're like, that wasn't that long ago." Well, actually, we're sitting here moving up on to 2020, so 2000 is going to be 21 years. So I do use the word vintage a lot. That's the bottom line. And it's because I run a lot of old stuff, and maybe people will get to the point where they just know that I run old stuff, and I can feel more comfortable not using vintage all the time. But see, this is bedding. See, this could either go under bedding or it could go under um, vintage antique. I'll put it under bedding. Bathroom, bedroom, 350. 3 sets, hand embroidered. There's some crochet work on that as well. I'm going to assume they're hand done. They look like hand stitched. Why don't I just put embroidered since I don't know for sure? Embroidered, knit, or crocheted. I can't spell crochet. Croched. Crouched, crocheted. Oh, there's the lava lamp. It's moving now. Crocheted pillowcases. It's like streaming up. I wish I could maybe I could turn the camera over or here. I have to hold it upside down. It's starting to gloop up at the top, so it's slowly starting to move. Now I totally messed up the camera. You guys are gonna get sick of all the movement. Um, and all of a sudden I go dead silent because I turn on watch the camera. Cover up that dirty spot on my vinyl. I'm gonna have to get more vinyl. I did, however, I have to. Here's a consumer alert for eBay shoppers. I bought freaking um, packing peanuts from an outfit in California, I believe. And I ended up getting. I need to put the video before I finally get my return labels. I finally they were. I'll have to admit it was probably one of those instances where if it's too good to be true, it probably is. They're advertising 150 gallons of packing peanuts, free shipping, and I want to say, I'll even say who it is, just because I think it's wrong. I've ordered 150 gallons of packing peanuts before, and that time I paid right at 100 and probably 110, $120 for them shipped, and that was they had to bring them in on through freight, So I finally went through, and we're talking big bags. I mean, if you can picture a 55-gallon drum, that's how much. Three of those essentially is what I was brought. And let me go to my what I paid. So the last ones I said, oh, yeah, I'm gonna buy some more. So I went out and I went on eBay and I found these for a decent price. And it ended up, it says 20 cubic feet white packing peanuts, shipping, anti-static. And it looks like they're no longer doing it because they probably, here it is, $45.99. That's what I said. Well, that's a good price. $45.99. That's less than half of what I got. So when they showed up, there was 5 bags that fit in a small garbage bag. Cross stitch. Yes, I should have added that. Um, they came in those small plastic like office style garbage bags. They I got 5 of those sent to me. It wasn't even 50 gallons of packing peanuts. And I said, well, I messaged him right away. I said, am I supposed to expect more? Because this is not 150 gallons of packing peanuts because I've received them before. And no, that's what they are. We just fill them right into the bags. So anyway, I ended up ordering more. Hopefully they'll get here outside of the window that I'm not going to be in town. And I'm going to see if, who was that? I don't mind telling people what companies to avoid. They probably aren't even doing it anymore. People probably got, my return was closed. That's what, okay, so they closed my return. They closed my return because it didn't, I didn't get to the return labels in time. So they auto closed it. Hey, babe. Okay. Ham. There was something else. I can't remember what you said. I know it was ham. Okay. And maybe a case of Red Bull. I mean, Monster. Okay, love you too. Bye. Okay. I'll show you the picture of me holding one of these bags with a very enthused look. Man, you're just listening in on all my calls. I never know where I am in the chat, so I'll pull it down. Hopefully it'll show up. So I got 5 of those bags. It really is nowhere near what was expected. So anyway, the difficult thing is now I have to go through PayPal because I missed the window for using the return labels that eBay supplied me. They said go to PayPal now. And it's Pacific Deal USA is the eBay seller. Pacific Deal USA. Um, so if you're out in the market for packing peanuts, I do recommend. Um, did she write a list? I want to tell her that. My viewer said you wrote a list. One of my viewers said you wrote a list. She's funny. I'm the bad one to ask what you freaking said you wanted to get. She'll send me the store, and I get it'll only be 5 minutes away, and by the time I get there, I forget half the things, and even when I do write it down. Anyway, let me get back to work. Let's see here. We're just moving right along today. Pillow. What fun it is, right? Cross stitch. See, I'm adding that. I'm probably still gonna mess this up. So cross. She's like, did they remember what was supposed to be on it? I wouldn't care if it was 50 other people. It doesn't matter to me. Um, one of you that's one day back when I did it regularly, and it was it was a lot easier for me to do YouTube back in the day when I could do mobile, just because I could do it on the go. But now that I can't take the computer, and I really need to just buckle down and start at least recording stuff and putting it out there. Okay. I'm doing the tail ends of this consigner. So the filthy basket, somebody will be able to use that. Where's my tape measure? Wicker. It's this sturdy basket, wooden wicker, wood frame, or at least wood ring around the top. Somebody's just gonna have to wash out these. Yeah, I'm not gonna take that out. That's too much work. Now I'm just chit chatting. Home decor 320, large wicker basket. It's not canvas. It's more of a linen, but I don't even think it's a linen. We're just gonna put canvas, light canvas. Insert. Oh, I should have took my measurements before I took photos. Yes, so you get to see she's brought all of her consignments in it, and some of the consignments might have had a little dirt in it. Let's see, come on computer, 15.5 loaded. $15.5x12x13. So the reason I use the letter X, I probably covered this already, but my phone, that's the best way I could find to have my phone write the dimensions instead of using the word, like 12 by 15 by 4. I'm really wanting to do the lava lamp, but I want it to... I mean, who come up with the idea? Okay, we're going to use heat from a light. Let's ignore the fact that we're creating a fire hazard. This is a different consigner. The ammo box. I mean, this is just getting... Okay. I love how everything is all itemized out. This is a archery pole. Let's see how he has this. Wood hoops. Okay, got that. That. The fishing, I'm not listing all these beads alone. They could not remember what you had on your list. Hello? That's okay. You're my pathetic mess. You're gonna get me some Monster. You're gonna get some ham. And water. How are you on paper towels? I really don't know what else you'd possibly need at Costco. Okay. There is something you're going to get at Walmart or Winco. You're going to Winco for something. Okay. Good luck. If you forget by the time you get to the register, just look in the basket. Okay. We'll see you later. Love you too. Bye. She's like, I just got to Costco and I totally forgot what I was coming for. She usually has more. She's more organized than that. I don't know why she's having such a rough time today. So I will tell you, this particular consignor, they're probably going to ask me why I put all of these together. I'm really trying to work hard at... I want people to get over... I don't think that even 2 of these bags is going to get a $2 bid. So I think the only way they're going to get over 5 is to group them all together. So I'll probably have to explain that to the consigner. It's just, we have to educate consigners at the same time. So 380. The sad thing is that these are probably all, at some point or fashion, a lot of these may have come out of bags that I've sold before that were larger lots, and that's my, I've seen, for instance, shark's teeth came back in that box, sold in that box. There was ammo in that pouch. It's just, at some point you have to say, you know what, we have to rethink how we're doing things here. I've learned quite a bit. Taking things under consignment, like I said before, it's I may have said it when I didn't have anybody in the stream, or when I wasn't actually streaming and just talking to myself for 2 hours. I don't even know where I was going. See, it's just one of those days. I'm pretty frazzled today myself. Oh, what I was saying was the stuff that goes to the auction reflects on us as an auction house as well. So if I'm pushing through crap, I don't want to become known as the auction house that sells a bunch of crap. I guess is where I'm going with it. So as we slowly learn, um, I'll try to hook that there. Antlers do fairly well. Antler pieces. But I'm going to put all of this wooden cigar box, leather ammo pouch, elk antler, and Barner arrow release. I mean, let's see what a Barner arrow release, what the value on that is. I don't know much about it, so I shouldn't just jump to conclusion that it's. And the thing is, somebody might not. If I sold the box by itself, it might get a $2 bid. If I sold that by itself, it might get a $2 bid. The elk antler might get 4 to 6. This one might get a bid or no bid. So if I list these and everybody in each one of them, let's just say they only get a $2 bid. There's 2, 4, 6, 8. He's paying me out $4 to list his items. Where if he puts all of them together and I have people bidding, somebody wants this, somebody wants this, somebody may want that or want that. Now I've created competition, and that competition alone will encourage buyers to bid more than what they may normally do for that particular item. So if I can get them up over, let's say I have 3 people going after something in this lot and competing against me, against each other, and they get it up to $8, say, then they're only paying me 30% of $8, which is what, $2.40. So it's benefiting the consigner to get to an $8 bid with everything together than to get an $8 bid with everything listed individually, and it saves me time. So individually, if everything brings $2, that's $4 to me, $4 to consigner. Everything, if it comes to $8 listed together, roughly $2.40 to me and the rest to the consigner. So that's why I keep trying to educate them as well. It does you better to bulk your stuff up, or allow me to bulk your stuff up. Um, to try to get you over where you're paying me less of a percentage for consignment. And I don't mind making less on the consignment if it takes less time. So that is the idea behind it anyway. So for those of you that don't know what these things are, cigar box, I'm sure you knew what this is. This is a belt ammo holder. Belt slides right through these this little pocket, and an elk antler piece. Somebody probably took the rest of this and cut it off and made something else, whether a knife handle or I know people that turn antlers and um, they make pins. There's a lot of people that use them for different things. Dog chews. Oh, we're gonna put this under archery and or knives and related category. Sorry, I have to think through this. Holder, arrow pole, elk, antler. Sorry. And I'll make sure to take pictures of everything that, for instance, there's a label on the label on the pole. Everything that has a name on it, I try to get a picture of the name. People look at images more than they read, so as long as I get most of it in the pictures, then it's we're golden. Antlers is something up around here. I don't know how they are everywhere else that do fairly well. And anytime I see them and I can get a good deal on them, I pick them up. They do well online as well. They would just take up space. So if you're going to deal antlers, there's people here that specifically go out in the woods looking for they call them deer sheds or elk sheds. Sheds in general. That's basically through rut season. I think it's through rut season. Deer and elk, they all lose their antlers and then regrow them. So people go out for their adventure and find sheds and bring them down and sell them. There's always buyers for them. think I'd like to get at least a 150 today. That would be almost half my catalog. And that leaves me with, I should have put that in there as well. I'll leave it by itself. This is a fishing pole holder. Yeah. That's all I knew too, was ham. It's food. God, I'm hoping that I stay in playoffs. I think I am. I did make the playoffs, but I don't know. We'll see what happens after tonight in my fantasy football group. I suck at it, I know. But I recognize that and am completely comfortable with saying it out loud. Outdoors 550, metal, fishing. I wouldn't swear that this is a fishing rod holder, but it probably is. Well, I guess I should look at the tag before I say that. It is industrial strength. That's what it is. It'd help if I move stuff over. I can't ever remember where. I should pay attention to where the photo or the camera is pointing down. I tried to make sure to put it in viewable, in everything in sight, line of sight for y'all. Ebasuzaki. I guess there is a name. Ebasuzaki. It's pretty heavy duty. You do much fishing where you're from? In my head, I am just. I don't think these. So I think we have exhausted the market on shell bead necklaces here in the inland Northwest. I'm not big on. I've sold a few of them for him, but 35, 34, 36. That's almost a 38, 38, 38, 34, 36, 34, 36, and 38 inch. This might be the last lot of shell bead necklaces. Oh, you know what? Have you seen the ones that look like a Y? You more have to. They're just Y shaped, and you just rest your pole in between that Y. Then you don't have to worry about pulling out of rod. I mean, that would probably be a problem if you're doing like catfish fishing, where you probably need something a little bit sturdy. Up here we do a lot of trout fishing, a little bit of. I don't do much fishing anymore, but it was always small. You know, I'd like to go perch, sunfish, bluegill. Like, of course, all those are about the same. Crappie. Caught some nice bass up here. trout, where they just a small holder does pretty good. Three. Sometimes you list things and you just like, and I probably shouldn't say talk bad about stuff, but exactly. Some people know I do YouTube. I don't think any of them locally have. Well, I know I do have some local subscribers. But I am not disclosing names of people if they. Okay, I take that back. I have said a name or two, but it wasn't on purpose. Oh no, dude. I am Kathleen and I here. We we're pretty. We're not. We're far from being politically correct. Me, probably less. I blame it on my age. I just say I'm old and I have an excuse. I mean, okay. I think I get how this works. I don't have a hanging basket, but it's a shell plant holder, and I should have a bowl or something around here. Let me find something. Okay, this is a poor excuse for a basket for this holder, but it's going to have to do. Basket not included. How creative am I, huh? 550. Shell plant. It's going to be upside down. I should put hanging in front. Shell hanging plant holder. Basket not included. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me move that around. Basket not included. And of course, my phone thinks I said ask it not included. Now, how does that even make sense? My poor excuse for a basket there. I want to get in where I don't get everything else that's around. Boom. They're going to see my camera. And let's take one with me holding it so that people can get a farther back view where I don't have the antler and everything else in the shot. Sometimes that's a struggle. The struggle is real. Okay. Let's call that a done deal. If anybody's seen a basket holder, they will get the gist, and they'll figure it out. And I was going to put times 1, 2, 3. Was there anything in the box? There's nothing in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to be right back. I'm taking this stuff out to the floor, and oh, the lava lamp is taken off now. I can do that real quick. It's really funny because I am what I thought was more exciting things. I took all the pictures and everything. I did put basket not included. That's the one that it translated into ask it not included. But I had a whole slew of a little bit more exciting things to list before. And there I am, listening for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and I realized I wasn't streaming at all. It was a sad day for a streamer doing live stream. Lighting is 520. Someone's going to have to clean up residue off of this one. And I do. If a consigner if they're not going to clean stuff up a little bit and try to get some of this residue, I mean, it takes a little bit of Goo Gone. I have to disclose that. People would take these and tape them together when they stored them so that they would stay together. And that's where the tape residue came from. Some tape residue. But it works. That's one thing we definitely try to do is accurately list items, which I can say from our competition's perspective, there has been buyer remorse just because I didn't feel that the item was depicted accurately in the listing. So when we opened up our auction house, one thing we wanted to make sure to do was really run as honest, and that's the other thing. I gotta get her to take the Value Village, all the thrift store labels off. I can't be doing that. And then this is the sad thing, if it was just tested, the heat, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm just going to show how easy it is. Basically, there's a Value Village sticker here. Plugging this lamp in to test that it heated the glue off. So even as it was probably sitting there for quite some time with this on it, I was able to pull that Value Village off, that sticker off, just because of it getting warm. That being said, it's probably going to be safer to put, yeah, it'll be cool up top, our sticker up top, so that it can be easily removed. Yeah, I mean, that's just the thing. Like me, I can't, based on our starting price alone being $2 on all our items, and them understanding that I can't take the time to clean everybody's stuff. I really wanted to. I tried that in the beginning, but it was taking so long. I'm gonna go put this immediately out there. Part of it too is just educating. Like a lot of this stuff that I don't get overly excited about adding is, she's a fairly new consigner, and it's just educating them. And as this is kind of a cool piece. I don't know if you can. Well, I'll show you this as soon as that one I kind of dig. Like one pan at auction typically isn't going to do well. It's a nice baking pan. It's heavy. It looks like it's insulated. I don't know. That's a very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen something that thick walled. Rima. It says do not submerge, maybe because it looks like it's almost insulated. I've never heard of that brand. Rima Air Bake. Huh. I guess it's a thing. I didn't even know anything about Rima Air Bake bakeware. Like I said, it's probably insulated. There's a thick wall to it. This one here has sold for Rima insulated air bake cake pan, brownie pan, 13 by 9 by 2. It sold for $20 plus shipping on eBay. Very interesting, with plastic lid. So what I'll do is I'll copy that information and it'll go straight over to our listing. Let me put it in kitchen 330. I'm going to put that all in the description. And I'll take a portion of it and call it a Rima insulated. I don't think brownie pan will fit in there as well. Oh, it did. And then that's going to be my description. The only problem, let me go put that back in there because I did just notice it. There's two little small cracks near handles. So, but that won't affect the it won't affect the performance of the pan. It's just more cosmetic. You just use these to cover when you're carrying. It's not something you're going to bake with. But it still needs to be disclosed. That's more. I think that's more of a design flaw. If you ever, I would say that it's a good eighth to a quarter. Hello, it's Rod. Okay, there's spam. Well, whatever we call it. Hello. Well, that was a long time to get your ham. Oh, that's true. What else extra did you get? Oh, delicious. You know I love those scalloped potatoes. Did you get the kind you put in the microwave? Okay, we'll give that a try. Okay, sounds good, babe. Awesome. Have a wonderful time. I'm shooting to be home at 4:45. Is that no? Is that what the agreed timeline is? Okay, love you. Bye. Okay, but the walls on these is probably about a quarter of an inch thick. Nah, maybe not that thick. It's pretty close, I would say. But it sounds like it's just insulated. But I can see how easily these lids, it snaps on there pretty good. I could easily see pulling that on a regular basis how it would. I should go do this on the black backdrop. It looks like a nice little pan. So I would say this is a decent consignment. I think for going to auction, I think this should definitely bring a good amount. I typically tell people if you're selling stuff at auction, if you're looking, because a lot of these people do at least look at eBay. If you're looking at eBay for comps, honestly, at auction, on an average, you're going to find some things will even go higher than eBay prices. But on average, you are you need to expect probably about a quarter of what an eBay comp is, and that's really because of the size of market. And so when you're listing on eBay, you're shooting for a global market where you're going to find those people that are willing to pay a lot more for an item than it probably is truly worth. When you go to a local auction house or even an online like us, our reach isn't quite near as what eBay is. So you can't. That's one strike against dropping stuff off at auction. The thing about going to auction though is typically your item's going to be sold and it's no longer taking up real estate in your house. And that's the biggest selling point. A lot of these people have things that have been sitting around for years. They sit there and look at it. They have stuff that's been in storage for years and they're paying storage on it, any value that it may have had is already gone because they've been spending $100 on storage a month for oh, you know what I should do? I'm redoing that. Oh shoot, I'll do them separate just because I don't. It's going to take more time to do that. Uh, but that's where the biggest selling point for me is bringing stuff to auction is it's gone. You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to set up a garage sale. You don't have to tear it down at the end of the week. You bring it into us. You let us deal with it. And you're done. Just some Tupperware lids. You know, everybody needs Tupperware lids. But, and people are perfectly happy with that. And I just tell people, you know, give it a shot. I mean, it was quite a relief when I first started and I sold my entire eBay inventory. I don't know where everybody else is, what they're selling on, but I'm sure that, or at least I hope I'm not the only one that had stuff that had been just sitting in their inventory for long periods of time, you know, excess of a year. I really want to just get rid of it. Once I am about to purge items out of my store that I have now. Not all of them. I'm just saying I try to give it a quicker turnaround. And if it doesn't sell, I push it through the auction. And I have other people that sell on consigners that sell on eBay that do the same thing. If something sits for too long, they know what they have in it. They're bringing it to me to get out of their hair. It's better than just taking it straight to donation and you know move it on to somebody else. Let's see, what do we have here? We have 411 by 7.5. And we have one. Someone's just going to have Tupperware. 1 8-inch round. All those people that are dealing Tupperware that can't find lids for dishes that they found, this is the place to shop. And then I have this awesome mid-century modern large golden rose piece sitting over there waiting to be photographs taken. I'll see if, I don't know if I can get a camera over there or not. Maybe I'll bring it over just to show you. Rima, that's the Rima one. 3 board pillow sets, I got that. Mid-century wall plaque, that's what I'm about to, pink Tupperware lids, I did those. I did the basket, and I got wicker stuff over here. I did the lava lamp. I'm going through her consignment list to make sure I got everything. So I've got 2 more things for her and I'll be done. 1 2 3 4 5. That's 1007 times 5. Put the number on, and I wanted to make sure I put the color in there. Pink. And okay, you're looking at my shelf back there. New same consigner. Stuff like this, I don't know why I gravitate towards. I think it's all cool. All this plastic 70s stuff. I'm sure that it'll shine through here in a minute. This is a 1974. I don't know if you can see that. The delay on the stream is it's a lot. Oh, yeah, you can barely see it up there. Okay, I'm gonna sit here and wait for a minute and just chat while here I go on my trip and there. So it's just a large wall plaque, 1974. It is plastic. But believe it or not, the smaller ones of these, I got an awesome clock out front that I need to get on eBay. Maybe I'll end the day with a couple of eBay listings. I do have to repair it as I accidentally broke it. Of course, it'll get disclosed, but it's just a sad thing. It's a nice 5-piece clock set made out of the same stuff. I'll be putting it up for probably high 200 or 3. I'm gonna put home decor. That's going MCM, mid-century modern, golden, roses, wall. I take the liberty and name things the way I think. It almost looks like they're upside down. That's odd. 1974. Okay. Over here I have a black sheet on the wall. It's a larger area. For these larger items, but the black looks a lot better. It's actually more than just roses, it's a whole bouquet. My daughter is in the Coeur d'Alene Youth Orchestra. She also does music at school, but she's been playing the violin for quite a few years now. Well, I say 3 or 4, 5th grade, 6th, 7th. I think she's 8th grade now, so 3 years she's been doing violin. About the same doing piano. So she does. She's in the intermezzo group in the Coeur d'Alene Youth Symphony. So that's what she's. I have to be back home by 4:45 so that we can all have dinner. I have no idea what this thing is. It looks like a piece to something, honestly. But I'm just gonna put all of this together. It's like this brass. I think it's copper. Some Asian themed decor. This is all going. Let's put it in a basket, right? And we're gonna. That way it'll stand up to me moving the table around. And what do we have but yet another? I'm not a big fan of wicker baskets either, if truth be told. And yet another hanging plant holder. This one's a little cooler, I think. It looks like it's hemp, braided hemp. This one is a hanging holder as well. See, that's what I'm saying. You get these things where you like I won't see any of these, and all of a sudden I have in the same week I have two different consigners that don't know each other that I know of, and they each bring hanging plant holders in. Oh, that is a nice picture. I know it looks like crap from where you guys are sitting, but man, sometimes I wonder why the hell I spend so much time staging items. Let's go 320. Wicker, hemp, and wood. Baskets, plant, okay. This this one we're going to rely on them taking looking at the pictures because I don't know how better to describe this beautiful collection. There's even some giant ceramic beads there. And not mentioning the copper or brass is going to be an added bonus. Again, not these pieces really don't have a ton to do with each other, but at least maybe I'll have one person interested in another one and another person interested in the next. I'm gonna have to take this stuff out to the front. I will be back in just a minute. And it might almost be time for me to knock off. I got about another 20-30 minutes. I don't have anything better to do. I will be right back. Oh shoot! I forgot this. I forgot this beautiful poinsettia. It is a nice poinsettia as far as faux poinsettias go. I tell you what, you won't have to worry about the leaves falling all over in your dressing by the time it dies during the holiday. And watch this. Beautiful silk poinsettia. I mean, I'm not even worried about measurements at this point, just because most people know, I mean, most poinsettias are about the same size. I actually had two of these come in, and I turned one down because it was pretty rough looking. One of the things that we have to do is filter some of the stuff out without ticking everybody else off. And it's going to get worse. I mean, as I learn and I get more bolder with my customers, we will learn to tell people, no, that stuff's just not going to work. These wood rings, actually, they do pretty well for this consignor. I guess he's got a lot of them. A lot of crafters will use these. They'll do fabric painting or some type of artwork, and they'll stretch it around the edges and just staple it from the back side on the inside, and it'll just hang from the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. But every time he brings these in, they sell. And these will go in crafts. 380. 10. Crafting wood rings. So yeah, as we get we'll end up be getting even more selective as to what we do or do not sell. 14 and I think that just comes with continually doing it, and the more we learn. Like I'm already getting to the point where it's like, yeah, I don't think so. I think there's a balance between keeping it. There's a fine balance between keeping consigners happy, and you have to keep them wanting to come back and consign with you. I mean, the best thing for us that we have going is we do provide pretty decent service, I think. If I have to say so myself. That's what we're told anyway. That's why people like us more. But people say that to the people they're talking to at the moment. Okay. Moving on to a different consigner. This is a fairly new consigner that started bringing stuff in. So again, it's going to be one of those people that brings in different, unique stuff. This is actually a pretty decent large, extra large. It's a Bob Allen. I've never heard the brand, but I get my clothes from Costco. Well, I take that back. My wife gets my clothes at Costco. She's so funny. It's so funny because you can definitely go around town and find out who has their wives shop for them. Oh, what is her name? I'll find out. But my mind just went blank. Mail. Okay, got it. She's fairly new, and I haven't committed her name to memory yet. Yeah, this Bob Allen fishing hat and it looks like this thing would be waterproof. I just don't see a maker on it. I am calling it a weather resistant hat. You can just tell. It doesn't have a name or any information on it, but if it fits my head, it's one size fits most. I'm going to say small to medium. I'll say medium. Because it fits small on my head. Vest is large, extra large. Perfect timing for the holidays. This would make a great gift. It's like brand new. Hat, probably. But what is a medium hat anyway, right? These are hit and miss whether they even bring anything at auction. I've sold some and didn't sell others. I don't know what the secret is. That's actually could be a hunting vest. I think that's what that is. It's more of a hunting vest. The only reason I say that is deep pockets for shells, shotgun shells, the padded shoulder or forearm. There looks like some I'm just going to call it hunting fishing. Man, they're being loud out there. Who's in the Christmas music? This guy. There we go. Okay, what are we going to get into now? I thought I'd help start working on some of the comics, but guess I should finish that consigner. I have to clean. I have a clock I bought that I have to do some cleaning on. I have these cool pins. They're airplane pins, and I don't know if there's any value whatsoever in them. Let me show you kind of what they look like. If that. There's different. It looks like there's some military. There's commercial airlines, but they all look like they're like made out of pewter. I don't know if you can get that to the camera or not, but I don't think I saw. Oh, like this one has what it is. I hate to bend that straight. B757. I considered looking these up and doing them on eBay, but I don't know if there'd be much value in them. Let's see. Let me look and see. I don't know if I've ever seen. It's one of those things I grab because uh-oh. Oh, I got an update on my bubble wrap. I ordered a ton of bubble wrap as well as the packing peanuts. When does it say it's going to arrive? That's something stupid. Why? How come from the app you can't just clip the or copy or I'm sorry. Why can't you just click on the link to track your package and it go right and go outside the app? Okay. It is just the shipment's ready for UPS to pick up. I wonder where it's being picked up at. I don't know where it's being shipped from. I never can trust eBay with their ship from the US because it ends up being they just have an address in the US that they use as their shipping address. I don't know how they get around the system, but anyway, I was looking up these airplane pins, airplane tack pins. So the problem is I don't know. Like there's a 787 that sold for $3.99. They're not specific to any airline. They're just specific to the type of plane they are. And I think I'm just going to leave them on the thing and sell them like this, and hopefully somebody else will see the value in them. I probably gave $2 for all of these, which I thought was a pretty decent deal. I might have got them from Bug, but I think I would have given at least $2 for them. I think they had 5 written on the... I don't know, even at 5 it probably would have been a decent deal. There's some ideals in this type of thing, whether it's jewelry or whatever. I mean, I would suspect, I don't know, they look like they're pewter, but each one of them has it stamped on the back what the plane is. So this is a B767. It's got little cutouts, little indentations for their windows. And they got pretty decent backs on them. So into collecting aircraft, yeah, that's what I'm hoping. They're kind of cool pieces, but everything I look online and see, it looks like the pin's similar to this. Well, here's one real, the 747. This looks real similar. Oh, the reason it brought more is because it has the name Boeing on it. And I don't think any of these are branded with Boeing, so yeah, that is why. I mean, there is a Northwest. That's the biggest difference. If it would have carried the Boeing name, it probably would have doubled in value. Anyway, I've spent way too much time looking this up. So 369. We're just gonna go at 9 air. Oops, that's these are mine, so I need to make sure I change it so that I get the commission on it. Collectibles, I would say 470. Nine. I'm positive it's pewter. If somebody wants to argue with me, I'll gladly take him back. Pewter airplane. Pens. See, I just fill up my hat. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping that somebody will see that they are cool just like me. But see, the great thing about me, I don't collect really anything. Let me say it this way. I don't really collect anything um, for very long. These I've had for a couple of weeks. Camera failed. What? And then I turn around and auction it off. So I get to enjoy a lot of things for a short period of time, and then I go on and enjoy something else. That's a great part about being the owner of an auction house. If you like cool stuff, it's it's a great opportunity to see a lot of cool stuff. It's just all the hours that's involved with it. Okay, put that down there for now. We have, I think I'm going to do the umbrella and the cane. That is, I don't know. I've seen umbrellas like this before that they are, yes, I'm not superstitious. I don't, $100%. I just opened it up so I could see what the tag says. It's 100% nylon, folks. See, these are things that are hard to take photos of because they take up so much space. face. You just have to fool your viewers. Where's my tape measure? I have about 5 more minutes before I have to get out of here. I'm going to guess that's a 36-inch spread. 34-inch diameter. Six-inch diameter. I can rearrange the pictures. I'll determine how I want to, which images I want to lead with. Hey, as long as I don't see all the junk that's in the background, that's all that matters, right? Oh, shoot. I have a Pepsi clock I have to clean up. The person, I went to this sale. The sad thing is the individual he had to have been a chain smoker. You walk in and that's really all you smelled. But I can get some of that stuff out, but it just takes work. I mean, and I was very selective what I even got out of it, just because of that. A lot of it has aired out since then, but I've got like a clock that had glass on it. I got it because it's a Pepsi clock. I don't see very many Pepsi clocks around here. But the thing is, now I have to clean all the smoke residue off the glass. They made these things where it's like they fit what they fit and that's it. I mean, there's no room to slide that any farther or uh, 115. Okay, well, Jennifer, thanks for hanging out with me for the better part of the day. I know it may not be overly exciting. Some days I have a little bit better stuff. Cat is always a hoot, but the rest of it is just me sitting here working. But I do appreciate you hanging it out and shooting out some message to me. But I'm going to let you go now. I'm going to have to head home and go have dinner before. There's just a small window that we have time to sit and eat together before our daughter goes off and does her orchestra and homework and everything else. Anyway, again, thanks, and we will catch you next time.